Hey Facebook fam, so excited to be on here with you guys again. It kind of has been, I think, a couple of weeks, but a lot has been happening, a lot has been going on around the world, and just so much craziness, but yet so many amazing things. I can honestly say that for me personally, I've really been meditating in who I am as a woman of God and in my word, and just really trying to study the purpose of my mind, the purpose of who I am as being God's child, what He intended for me to do and to become, and exactly what it is that I'm supposed to bring to the world. As His child, I've really been focusing on disciplining my thought process. I've really been working on not focusing on all the voices, all the people, all the chaos, and all the craziness going on around the world, but focusing on God's word, focusing on His voice, focusing on what He's telling me to do, and knowing who He is. And the reason that I'm making this video is, I guess, just to bring a little awareness and to encourage you guys and to motivate you guys. We know what is going on in the world. We know that there's people that are terrified. There's people that are confused. There's people that don't know that what's going on. There's people that think the world is falling apart and that we're just not going to make it. And there's people that are scared for their children's children. And I come to tell you guys that there's nothing to be scared of. God is much greater than all of that. You are much greater than all of that. We give so much power to one person based on what we think or how we feel, or we let our fear fuel all this negativity. And the devil feeds off the fear. He uses the fear to hinder people. This world, and I shared it in a post yesterday, the world is a reflection of what we see in ourselves. Whether it's what you believe, how you feel about yourself, what you've gone through, all of that in self, what you look in the mirror and see, what you want for your life or what you want for yourself or how you feel, that's exactly everything we're putting out into the world. So the world is what it is because that's what we make of it. And what's saying that is we have the opportunity and we have the chance to make a difference. It's more than just saying, yeah, we can make a difference, but it's in acting on it. What are you going to do to make an impact in your life, to make an impact in your surrounding, to make an impact, a positive impact in those around you, in your children? Because if you have fear in you, your children are going to feed off of that. Those people around you are going to feed off of that. That fear is making everyone fight anger with anger, fight fire with fire. You got people doing crazy things based off one man becoming a president. And it goes greater than that. There's so much craziness going on, and instead of speaking positive energy and asking God to intercede on our behalf, we're doubting. We're speaking existence. We're speaking negativity into a tomorrow that is not even guaranteed to be here. We're putting all our energy into a future that we might not even see, instead of putting all our energy onto focusing onto today. What do I got to do for me and my family today? What do I got to do to impact me today for the good? Quit focusing on what the news says. Quit focusing on what Twitter says. Quit focusing on what social media says. Quit focusing on all the protests. Quit focusing on all the negativity, because all it's doing is it's clouding your mind and it's building your fear, and your fear is fueling anger and hatred into a world that needs love, into a world that needs God, into a world that needs people to believe in its greatness and in its ability. And the ability comes from who you are. You can make that change. You have that power. God is in control. God has showed so many things to me. And ever since I changed my perspective, ever since I started disciplining my thought process and binding the devil up just in the past week, it has made such a huge difference. So I'm not saying it just to say it. I'm saying it because I know if God can do it for me, He can do it for you. And if we all start having that mentality, the world will turn around quicker than you guys can even imagine. God can change anyone. So when you start thinking that a man has control and that one man is going to ruin everything, you're taking God's ability away from him. You're putting a limitation on what God can do, on his capabilities, on his strength. All of you that have a huge impact, all of you that have a huge following, all of you that have a huge platform, continue to use it for the good. Continue to use it to motivate. Continue to use it to inspire. It's one thing to feel some type of way, but if those feelings are not gonna do anything but bring out fear or the worst in other people, don't bother sharing them, because it's only hindering us. It's only hurting us. Speak nothing but positivity and know that God can change anyone. God can do anything. God is in control, and God's not going to let anyone or anything come against this world. Yes, this world is chaotic and crazy, but God gave us free will. The world is what it is because that's what us as human beings made this world. We choose to not believe in him, but to believe in false idols and to put our faith in man. And this is the exact consequence that we get. This is the time for all of us to get on our knees and start praying and start believing. Someone also posted, I would rather be alive and believe in heaven than die and find out there really is a hell. I'm keeping it real with you guys right now. Don't let what's going on in this world scare you or put fear in you. My husband preached yesterday, and he also shared the reason it's so important to pray without ceasing is because there's a breakthrough in your prayer. There's a breakthrough in thanking God in the hardest of times. Yes, that means thanking God for making Donald Trump president. Thanking God for what's going on in this world. Because when you thank God, you're letting him know that you know he's in control and that there's already a solution for everything that's going on in this world and everything that's going to work out on our behalf. If you start focusing on the storm outside of your window, that's going to cloud your judgment. So at the end of the day, I might be looking outside my window and see a storm, but I have faith that there is a light because I know who my God is. I know this video is long, you guys, but it's time to keep it real. It's time to make a change. We got to get it together. There's so much craziness going on, and all we're all doing, whether you're a believer or not, we're just adding to it. That's all we're doing. Our tongue and our mind is a powerful thing. So when you already start speaking negativity into this world, that's exactly what we're going to get. Why not speak love? Why not speak positive? Why not start putting your energy into letting God grow who you are and to strengthen you and to build your mind and your thoughts up with nothing but positive things? So that way, while you're thinking positive and feeling good about yourself and growing in Christ, you're loving yourself more, you're feeling happier, you're feeling more joy. And that's exactly what you're going to put out into the world. That's exactly what we're going to get. That's exactly what we're going to see. God is real. I say that with no shame. God is real. God is real. God is real. And if God is real, Satan is real. The reason all this is all going on is because there's more people that choose not to believe in him. This is a reality check. It's time to get on our knees and start praying for a world that we want. What kind of world do we want our children to grow up in? But again, the amazing thing and the beautiful thing about everything, all this craziness and chaos going on, is that I know who God is. I know that he is in control. I know the change and the impact that he can make, and I know that he will not let nothing or anyone come against me or his children. And I choose to use my energy. I choose to use my thoughts. I choose to use my voice to let people know that God is real, to let people know that you can change the world for the good and that you are powerful and mighty and that you're going to get through whatever you're going through. Even though you think you might not be able to get through it, please believe you are stronger than you believe. God is birthing something in you, in your situation right now. You just got to give it to him. You got to let him in, let him work in you, and watch him flourish you, and watch how you change. Watch how your surroundings start to change, and watch how your mindset starts to change. Once you see all that, then you'll start noticing that you're speaking positive instead of negative, and that with more love that we start creating, we start building a world full of love. God is getting ready to do something. Let him use you. I promise you, you guys, the world is not going to end up as crazy as you guys think. because there is thousands of us praying. Thousands of us praying for all of you. Praying for God to intercede. Stay encouraged, you guys. Use your voice for something good. Don't let your situation become greater than who you are, than God, than your faith, than your prayer, than your belief, than your strength. Don't let it become greater than who you are. God is much greater than that, and so are you. He created us. God doesn't make mistakes. So I know it's in all of us. Don't fear, you guys. Don't fuel the negativity. Don't fuel the anger. Fight hate with love. And if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Simple as that. Quit judging everyone. And I'm talking about Donald Trump, Hillary, their supporters, both their supporters. Yeah, everyone's doing crazy things, evil things, but who are we to judge? All we can do is pray for them. Once we start judging and being opinionated and start being hateful, we're right down to the level of all them that are doing all the negativity and crazy things into this world, and then we become no better than them. We got to be better. And that's by loving one another. And what matters is when you love those that are hardest to love. When you forgive those that have hurt you, because God forgives us daily. If we can't forgive anyone, how do we expect God to forgive us? That's where your humbleness comes. That's where your growth comes. That's where your happiness comes. It's in forgiving yourself. Forgiving those around you. Having faith and knowing that God is real. And that the only opinion that matters in this world, the only voice that matters is Jesus and Jesus alone. Not the voices, not your friends' voices, not CNN's voices, not Donald Trump's voices, not Hillary's voices, not the KKK voices, not the voices of everyone all over the world. None of those voices. It's the voice that God instills within you. God can change anyone. And it says in the Bible that we have to obey and respect authority and the government. So I choose to be happy. I choose to be joyful. Because I'm not going to give my life and my happiness and let it be taken away from anybody else. What do you choose to do? I'm sorry this is long again, but I had to say it, you guys. I love you guys so much. God bless.